to another episode of HMF, or Hustle to Muscle Fitness Live. My name is Tenya. I am the founder and head coach of the team Hustle to Muscle Fitness. I am a Beachbody coach, and I have been for a little over about 2.5 years now. I have lost, with Beachbody products, I have lost 75 to 78 pounds, depending on the day. And it's all just a matter of eating healthy and working out, working hard, and making it a lifestyle and not just a diet or a fad. So that's why I do things like this show and help coach others, so that way I can maybe help them avoid some of the pitfalls I experienced, but then also help them maybe get their results that they want a little faster, whether it's weight loss, weight gain, strength, performance, all that kind of stuff. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. As you can see, I'm not in my normal office space. One, I decided it's a beautiful day here still, late in September, and I wanted to take advantage before this nice warm weather is completely gone. So hopefully this isn't the last outside episode for at least maybe a couple more weeks, but we'll see. But also, it's really hot in the house, and my office gets extremely hot, so that's the other reason. I always seem to have connection issues in there. Maybe I won't this time. Let's keep our fingers crossed. So, as always, hopefully you caught some of my team shout-outs over the weekend. I always love to give props to my team. They're always working so hard. So, hopefully you saw that. But let's talk about what's going on in Team Hustle to Muscle Fitness that you might actually have the chance or interest to join us. So, we're moving into October already. Can you believe it? It kind of blows my mind that we're already at the end of September. School's been back in session now almost a month, or maybe a month for some school districts. So everybody really should be back. Most vacations are done, so kind of back into the swing of things, the routine, work, school, all that kind of jazz. So yeah, so let's talk about October. Got lots of stuff happening next week. Many of you I might have talked to already. If not, this is your opportunity to get in the know. So next week starts the prep week, which is just us getting ready, kind of making our grocery list, cleaning out our pantries and fridge of food that's going to take us off track. But it's our prep week for the October Fitness Accountability Challenge, which is Fall into Fitness. So if you are interested in getting started in working on your goals, whether that's weight loss, just better health, weight gain, muscle gain, better endurance, more strength. Can you hear my cat? Everybody say, hello, Miss Kitty. So if you want to work on any of those goals, we can do it all. It's not a one-size-fits-all by any means. And so prep week starts next week, and then we officially kick off on the 10th of October. So if you want in, it's basically a 30-day challenge, 4 weeks, and each day you do your workouts, you eat well. I highly recommend Shakeology, full of superfoods, especially come Halloween time when lots of sweets are abundant. For me, it really helps me keep my my sugar cravings at bay. So if you have that same kind of problem, I would definitely recommend getting on Shakeology. So, but we have a lot of fun. I always give away prizes. We do fun little challenges in there. We kind of create more of a small community of really just supporting one another, encouraging one another, and helping to keep on track. So if that sounds like some fun, if that sounds like something that you would like to do or would like more information, either comment below so I can message you, or send me a message and I'd be happy to share the information. So that's coming up soon, so get it in ASAP because time is running out. What else is going on? If you are also interested, the 17th, this is a couple weeks down the road, but the 17th of October, I'm going to be doing another healthy eating challenge, but this one is one of my favorites and tends to be one of the more popular ones of the year. It's the Fall Food Fitness Challenge. So 5 days, we do healthy foods. All of the dinners are like a fall, like a crock pot based soup, stew, casserole, whatever, but they're all healthy. So it's pretty simple because you can like set it and forget it for most part. And then little mini fitness challenges each day, and we just have a lot of fun. So if you would, that's free to join, just the cost of your groceries. So if you'd like more information on that, same thing, drop me a message, comment below, that way I can get you more info. But you'll need to let me know, if you do message me, let me know which challenge you're interested in, or maybe both, I don't know. Yeah, and then also, before I forget, October 29th, it's a Saturday. I know it's right before Halloween, but hoping that we did this back in August. I'm hoping that the coach I worked with last time will be able to again offer a local Super Saturday event. And this is a quarterly event that we host for Beachbody coaches as well as guests who want to come and check it out. We do a lot of success stories about coaching, success stories about our challengers, people that are improving their health, losing weight, whatever their goals are. We share that. We kind of celebrate with them. We give away tons of prizes. And then we end the day with either a live or a group workout. Last time we did a group workout of Country Heat. This time, who knows? So last time we did that in Sunnyside. I'm hoping that we'll do it here in the Valley again, maybe Sunnyside or Zilla. So stay tuned. As soon as I have those details worked out, then I will let you know. So, but October 29th, mark your calendars. It'll most likely be in the morning, something like 9 to 1, something like that. But anyway, tons of fun. All right, so that's pretty much it for October stuff going on that I have set up right now. If more stuff comes up, of course, I always do these announcements at the beginning of every HMF Live episode. All right, let's talk about the 8 tips for you to have a healthy or healthier fall. It kind of depends on where you're starting at. For some, this may be just a way to get you started. For others, this may be a way to fine tune it. For others, it might be like a check, check, check. I'm doing all those things. So we'll see. And I got my list because I didn't want to forget. So I'll give you 8 tips, and within each of those, I might give you a few things that you can kind of keep in mind or to add on, that sort of thing. So, and this isn't any like order of importance. It's just how they came to mind. All right. So number 1, exercise. Is that really a surprise? Now, the nice thing with fall is that it's kind of that time of year where it's still warm enough for you to be able to do stuff outside. So whether it's go for a jog or go for a hike, go for a walk, play ultimate frisbee in the park. I don't know what you like to do, but you know, take your pick and walk your dogs, that kind of stuff. So there's plenty of things that you can still do. The weather's still nice enough, and in fact, it's probably a little bit easier to do some of the outside stuff. Like I know for me, running here in the Yakima Valley in the summertime during the day is a terrible idea because it's like 90, 100 degrees, and I mean, that's just asking for heat stroke. So when it gets down to a cooler temperature like this, 70s, 80s, then it's a lot easier to really last for a run or something like that. So exercise is just not only a way for you to lose weight or get stronger or whatever, but there's so many health benefits to it. There are lots of different research. I won't go into all of it, but I've seen articles that says exercise helps your cancer or helps your immune system to fight off cancer cells. That's one. It helps you get better sleep. It helps you deal with stress, so your cortisol levels go down. Cortisol is the hormone that kind of comes up with part of fight or flight, but if you have too much of it, it can also create fat stores or help to hold on to fat stores in the body. But exercise is just a great way to kind of help you deal with stress in a healthy way. So there's lots of benefits to it. So exercise is number 1, of course. And something you might want to also try as the weather gets cooler, of course, you have to take your workouts maybe inside. You can, of course, work out at home like I do. You might have equipment at home like treadmill or ellipticals, stuff like that. Weights at home like I do. You might work out at the gym. That's also another option. Might be a nice time to go and try maybe a new group fitness class. Maybe it's size. Well, I don't think we really have size around here, but you're welcome to come to my house and I'll do size live with you. But it might be Turbo Kick or Insanity, or it might be Zumba. I know that's pretty popular around here. So there's all kinds of different new classes, way to make new people have more fit friends. So that's 1, exercise. Number 2, take advantage of your seasonal foods. Now we say this a lot during the summer because there's so much fruit and some of the vegetables that are abundant during the summer. But fall has some great fruit, well, more vegetables really, that I could think of off the top of my head. Of course, number 1 to mind, which many of you probably agree with me, maybe, is pumpkin. I love pumpkin, just about pumpkin everything. But you also have like other gourds and squashes. So like, for instance, last night, Gary and I made spaghetti squash. We each had it a little differently, sliced it in half. He did his with like a pesto toss, and I did mine as kind of like a pizza bake, like ground turkey, some marinara sauce, which was low on the sugar and the sodium, and then threw just a little bit of mozzarella on and baked it, and then tossed it all together. Oh, it was so good. So, you know, take advantage of some of your different squash or some of your different gourds. Get creative. You know, you can swap out things like pasta for zucchini noodles, or zoodles, as I like to call them. Make things low carb options, and I tell you what, they taste so much better to me. One, because I'm not super bloated from the pasta afterwards, but it's a nice low carb option. So there are plenty of ways that you can do that. Spaghetti squash is another one of those that you can mix with lots of different things. So that's number 2. Take advantage of your seasonal, if it's fruits or veggies or gourds. All right. Number 3, your healthy meals in general. Let's talk about this, because I know when the weather gets cold, the first thing that we all want to do, and it's dark outside and we're tired and all that kind of stuff, first thing we want to do is hit up all of our comfort foods. I get that. I love comfort foods too. But first of all, your tip for this is to take those comfort foods and make them healthy. You can do things like making healthy swap outs. Like I said, zucchini is one of those for pasta, things like that. You know, you can do lean ground turkey or super lean, high quality beef. If you're going to do beef, that's okay. Just make sure it's lean and it's good quality. It's not from cattle that are pumped full of steroids and hormones and all that kind of junk. So I'll tell you what, my best resource for this is Pinterest. And you might laugh, but Pinterest has so many amazing recipes, whether it's treat meals or healthy meals. But if you're looking for healthy swaps, like I said, in a couple weeks we'll be doing the fall fitness challenge, and that's going to be a lot of crock pots, and it's going to be like healthy chilies, other skillets, stuff like that. So go to Pinterest, even Google it, and you will find lots of comfort foods and ways to make them healthy. You know, like instead of sugar, you could use applesauce if you're baking. You could use, or even I think for eggs too, or Greek yogurt instead of like heavy creams, or, you know, you kind of get what I'm saying. Avocado instead of certain fats. So, all right. Yeah, so healthy swaps, and don't be afraid to bust out that crock pot, because there's so many healthy crock pot recipes out there too that taste amazing. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be able to have lost the weight and kept it off if eating nutritious, eating healthy was just like eating, well, as Gary says, twigs and berries, or eating cardboard. You know, like, shit's gotta taste good for me. I ain't gonna lie. It needs to taste good. I'm a foodie. I love to eat. I love to cook. I love the process of someone even describing how they cooked something. Like, I love food. I love to eat. So it's got to be good for me to even do it. So trust me when I tell you that there's so many delicious recipes out there that don't require you to have a diabetic coma or diabetic shock or a heart attack or anything like that. So, all right, what are we on now? Number 4. So your Halloween candy and sweets. I know, they're already on sale. The bags and bags and bags and boxes and stocked high in the stores with Halloween candy. It's tough. And then people bring it to the office, and then they've got their little bowls full of candy, and you're like, oh, damn it. All right, so here's what you can do. You can make yourself some health. There's some candies that might be just impossible to do or remake if you don't have all the chemicals or the industrial tools or whatever. But you can make some of your own candy at home by making sure that you do things like high quality, organic, like dark chocolates, raw almonds. You can make some of your own chocolate covered almonds that way. Just remember, like anything, it's got to be portioned. You know, you don't want to just keep eating handfuls, you know. And even if you do eat like a regular, like, you know, like the fun size Snickers, have just maybe a few, 1, 2, 3, something like that. Don't go crazy and eat half of a bag of those things. So you can make up your own candy recipes. Now, again, Pinterest is my favorite place to check for these recipes, but you can do things with high quality chocolate and all natural peanut butter. You could do, you're gonna sense a theme here because chocolate is my thing, but chocolate covered fruits. You know, find stuff that you like, or peanut butter and apples. You can also do healthy things. It doesn't have to be candy. Now, my go-to when I'm craving sugar and chocolate specifically is chocolate Shakeology. And like you probably saw my post a couple nights ago, I made a chocolate Shakeology pie. That sucker's so good, like, you know, but it's filling, so I only have like maybe a slice a day, if that. You know, might have it after dinner or something. And so, you know, finding ways to, the tools that work to help you reduce the sugar cravings. And I can tell you, the further away you get from sugar, the less you crave it, the less you want it. Because honestly, in the brain, sugar lights up the same parts of your brain as if you were taking heroin or something like that, that same kind of high. So that's why it's so addicting. That's why you have to kind of pull away from it, so that way the cravings can actually go away. So, and then you can also be in control of what sort of things you're peddling at your door come Halloween. You don't have to load kids up on sugar and the things that are going to make them sick, or the things that are going to cause cavities, or the things that's going to make them hard for them to focus in school the next day. You can give them healthy treats. And I know that you might feel like that's going to make you the bah humbug, but for those of you especially that have kids, wouldn't you rather have them not so foggy headed in the morning because they're coming down or trying to come down from all this sugar and they're just cranky, and November 1st is just the day from hell for teachers too. So just keep that in mind. Like, there are plenty of things that you can substitute. You could give out like the cheese sticks. They come individually wrapped. You could go and get the sliced apples that come pre-packaged. You can give out little boxes of raisins. Try to get ones that don't have extra sugar on them. Just, you know, get creative. Do all kinds of things like that. And I have a feeling that other parents might appreciate it. So hopefully. All right. Let's see. Number 5. Your treat meals. Now, I'm not saying you can't ever have a treat meal. And no, I don't call them cheat meals, because that implies that I'm doing something wrong. And I'll be honest, I've told people, unless I'm working for a specific goal that requires me to really tighten up my nutrition, I try to live my life by the 85-15-90-10 rule, which basically means that 85 to 90% of the time, I eat really well. I eat healthy and I eat clean. But 10 to 15% of the time, I let myself indulge. I let myself enjoy a little bit. When I overdo it, my body reminds me, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put the brakes on. So if you're going to have a treat meal, totally cool. Meal, treat meal, does not mean treat day, treat week, treat month. Give yourself a meal that makes you enjoy it more too, and you treasure that more too. So, but if you are gonna do that, exercise some portion control. Now, one of the ways that you can do that is, instead of getting these like huge ass plates, you know, get a much smaller plate. Then that way when you put on your different portions, it looks like it's still a full plate that's practically spilling over. But if you get one of these giant plates and you put your portions in, you're gonna be like, God, I'm not eating anything. It's all a mind game, really. So you're kind of tricking yourself into thinking that you're eating a lot, but it's just exercising some portion control. You know, or if you get a big dessert, maybe split it with somebody. I've done that many times, like going out to Famous Dave's. They have some amazing bread pudding, but one of those suckers is like 800 calories. So what did I do? I portioned it out into like quarters, you know, a quarter serving, and froze the rest in their little individual containers. And then I would have a quarter of a serving. And then every once in a while, if I wanted another one, because it froze okay, so then I would pull out another little serving. Then I'd get my little sweet treat without overdoing it. So exercise some control, but you can still enjoy yourself. And the tip that I gave one of my challenges the other day is, if you're going to drink, which most people do on Halloween, then make sure that you're having at least the same amount in water. So if you have a glass of beer, for instance, have 1 or 2 glasses of water. Wine, or, you know, shots, all that kind of stuff. Make sure that you are still keeping yourself hydrated, so your body can still keep trying to flush the toxins, which is essentially what alcohol is. Keep flushing that out. So, okay. Which leads me to my next one, which is number 6, water. Regardless of whether you're just drinking alcohol or not, but all the time, drink lots of water. Lots of water. Your body needs it for, obviously, to stay hydrated, because more than half of our bodies is made up of water. But you also need it it helps you to sleep. It regulates your temperature. In fact, a friend of mine today, I won't go into all the details because I don't want to give anything away, but she went to the hospital. Part of the problem was her not drinking enough water. And so your body needs it. You can't get enough water if you're drinking just Kool-Aid, or if you're just eating it from your fruits and vegetables. Like, you just can't. You need more water. I always recommend folks to try and hit at least a minimum of 60 ounces a day. If you can, go for half of your body weight in water. And water also helps you to lose weight. So if you have a lot of weight to lose, this is another great tool that you can use to help you with that. Now, I'm not saying like you start drinking tons of water and you're gonna start dropping like pounds by the dozen, but it does help. And you're just gonna feel more energetic, less sluggish, a little more clear-headed because your body is fully hydrated. So, more water. And sleep. This one might be a little easier to get during the fall because it starts to get darker. And so it's easier to fall asleep, maybe even a little earlier, but it does sometimes make it harder to get up earlier in the mornings. But sleep, you need sleep, of course, all year round, but that's going to be important. Now, I'm not going to say that you need to hit 6 to 8 hours or whatever. I've been doing more research lately. I've learned that that's sort of a myth. It depends on your chronotype. And there's a really great podcast on your chronotype if you go to the Model Health Show podcast on iTunes or Stitcher or whatever you listen to. Check out the one that's on your chronotype, and that will give you tools to help you figure out what your chronotype is. I've learned that I am the bear, which means I tend to function well or better, more efficiently, when I start a little later in the day, like mid-morning, and then all the way through probably late afternoon, early evening, and I tend to have a stronger sleep drive. I also tend to be a grazer, which is totally true. I could eat all day. I could not be hungry, but if you put something in front of me, I could still totally eat it. I could have just eaten, and then you put something in front of me, and I'll still want to eat it. So that's my chronotype. So go to that podcast and listen to it. I'll give you the link to a quiz, which I can't remember off the top of my head. But find out what your chronotype is, and you'll be like, totally is me. Makes sense. Also found out Gary is a wolf, total night owl. Stay up late, sleep in late. Like we've discovered this today. He's made several appointments before noon, and he almost always cancels them because he's just so exhausted. He can't do it. So he's totally like a start later, stay up later, function better at night kind of guy. So go find out your type. Okay, that was 7. I think this is number 8. So your last one. If you're going to have treat meals, not days again, not weeks, not treat months, if you're gonna have treat meals, plan for them. So if I know, for instance, like Saturday night, for instance, I'm going to a wedding, there's a very good chance that I will have, I don't even know what the menu is, so there's a good chance I could go off of my normal routine, maybe even have a couple of drinks. If I know that, that means leading up to Saturday, all the way through the week, I'm going to eat pretty clean. I'm going to eat pretty healthy. And I'm going to make sure I get all my workouts in, especially the day of and especially the day after. So plan ahead. Some of you might be doing one of the portion control container systems like 21-day fix. Plan your containers around whatever event's going to happen. So for me, if I was going to do that, then I know I'm going to save like my yellows, my blues, those are my carbs, my fats, cheeses, that kind of stuff. I'm going to save that for Saturday night. And I'm going to stick to more veggies, proteins, and maybe some of my fruits during the day. Now, for those of you who haven't had the 21-day fix or one of the portion control container systems, you might have not any idea what I'm talking about. And that's okay. But you get my point. Plan ahead. Eat really well. If you know you have an event coming up, eat really well all the way through. Drink lots of water all the way through. Make sure you get all your workouts in, and the same thing goes for the day after. Drink lots of water, especially if you drink alcohol. Go back to eating healthy. That's not permission to go completely off the rails, and still get your workout in the next day. Okay, so to recap, here are your 8 tips. Exercise. Take advantage of the outside weather while it's nice. Take it inside at home, at the gym, group fitness class. Number 2, take advantage of fall foods. So squash, gourds, pumpkins, all that kind of stuff that's going to be more readily available. Take advantage of that, get creative, and be healthy with it. Number 3, healthy meals. Take your comfort foods and swap out for good recipes or good ingredients. So take your butter and substitute maybe for coconut oil, or instead of eggs, you use applesauce. Instead of heavy cream, maybe you use Greek yogurt. Or, you know, for a sweetener, you use bananas, so on and so forth. So it just depends on what your comfort meal is. And then don't be afraid of your crock pot, because there's a lot of healthy crock pots out there too. Number 4, Halloween candy. Portion control for 1, only a few pieces depending on what it is. Look up ways to make your own candy, so use high quality things like dark organic chocolate, raw almonds, so not a bunch of sugar and salt and stuff on them. No sugar added raisins. You could do fruit. You could do all kinds of stuff. Shakeology is my go-to for sweets. So find what works for you. Number 5, treat meals. Exhibit, use, portion control if you're going to have a treat meal. Number 6 is water. Drink lots of it. I'm going to say that all year round. Number 7, make sure you're getting lots of sleep. Check out that podcast on the Model Health Show for finding out your chronotype, so you know when you work the best, and maybe your the required numbers of hours of sleep that you might need is not actually 8. Some people it's 4 or 5. Some people it's 9. Figure it out. And number 8, plan ahead for your treat meals. Okay, so workouts, eat well up until your event, drink lots of water, and get back on track the next day. So I am planning to do this. Probably won't happen until beginning of November, but I will do a how to have or how to stay healthy for Thanksgiving. I'll probably do that in November. So I hope that you found these tips helpful. If you have a specific question, maybe something I missed, drop it in the comments below. I see a couple of you have joined the show. I appreciate it. Hello, Esperanza and Tracy. Thanks for tuning in. And so if there's something else that you would like to see, or you have a question, feel free to comment and I will do my best to get an answer to you. And I hope otherwise these help. And if you try any of them and they work really well for you, I'd also love to hear about it as well. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to go because I need to go make dinner. And what am I having tonight? Tonight I'm having a healthy chili. That's another fall comfort food that you can do. So, all right, I'm going to go. I hope you guys have enjoy the rest of your evening and have a great week. And yeah, keep up the hustle and have a healthy day. Bye.